Lunar Conspiracy. Nashu Maharaka awaits your approach, like a butterfly poised to set off a hurricane. Gaddis, I have a new lead, and just as I promised, you're the first to know. Before we get into the details, though, I should give you back your soul container. I gave it a good scrub first, of course. Being the gentleman that he is, I'm sure the inspector wouldn't want to leave any lingering spiritual odors. Wait. Scrub? Tell me you didn't scrub off the Crystal Exarch's blood, because that's a pretty important element, right? I guess maybe that wasn't part of the thing. There. Now you can listen to my findings without having distracting thoughts like, when is Nashu going to give me back my soul container? Now, as for the lead I mentioned, I was thumbing through a periodical and found an article on alien abduction. The way it was described was almost exactly what happened to the inspector. It even had a little diagram of a man swimming in midair. Anyway, the author seemed convinced that the victim had been taken to the moon. This crackpot theory sounds awfully familiar. Why does this sound like the kind of rubbish the Thavnerian Truth publishes? Is it the same author, maybe? That's because it is. You remember Dorian, the editor in briefs? He was the one who wrote it. And he plans on doing research for the next edition of the moon itself. Apparently there's a portal or something in Garlemald that'll take you straight there. Oh, but a world-hopping adventurer like you must have been to the moon already. No, like the back of your hand, I bet. Sure, actually. I mean, I've explored it enough to be able to fly there, so I thought so. It'll be nice to have an expert guide up there to help me search for clues. What say you? To the moon, Nashu. We shouldn't be so quick to trust the nonsensical ramblings of a man who sees aliens in every shadow. Now, I've seen weirder things at this point. Let's say to the moon. Right, I'll start packing my bags. I don't know what the weather's like on the moon, but I remember Garlemald being a bit chilly the last time I was there. Oh, it's much colder than I remembered. I sure hope this lunar gate is close. The Tower of Babel? You mean that big spiky spire? Well, we definitely shouldn't get lost on the way there. Let's get moving. So, this thing will send us up to the moon just like that? Courage, Nashu. I mean, at least there's no monsters around anymore. That would have made it a lot more complicated. The world is in grave danger and the people deserve to know. I have to reach the moon so I can expose the truth. Oh, God. As I've explained to you twice already, I can only allow passage to authorized travelers, which you are not. Ah, you're with them, aren't you? The aliens have infiltrated every layer of our society. What in blazes are you talking about? I'm Dalmascan, born and raised. Oh look, it's Dorian, the editor in briefs. That's Delian, editor-in-chief, thank you very much. And you are friends of the abducted, I believe. Gaddis, greetings. Are you acquainted with this man by any chance? He exposited in my direction once. No, nor am I affiliated with him in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, please don't connect me with this guy. Oh, he exposited. Why did I say exposited? It's not really the right way to say that. I wouldn't think so. He doesn't seem the type of company a hero like you would keep. But Gaddis, aren't you forgetting that whole conversation we had with Dorian back in radz-at-han? I talk with lots of people, lady. Gaddis, as in Gaddis Ronfar, the slayer of gods, savior of Ishgard, liberator of the provinces, stealer of pants? What? When did I steal pants? How did I fail to recognize such an unbelievably famous individual? As a champion of the people, you have a duty to lead us through this fact-strangling checkpoint. We cannot let your comrade's abduction go unsolved. He needs you, and the world needs my next article. I mean, we probably should go to the moon, I guess. And you believe he was taken to the moon? Well, it certainly sounds like an emergency to me. Your acquaintance here seems sincere in his desire to help, so I will grant him special dispensation to accompany you just this once. You may proceed to the Nethergate. Mysterious forces have thrust us together, and though I trust the fates about as much as I trust that obviously compromised gate guard, I will leave no moonstone unturned. The truth is up there. Up there or out there? Maybe he's an X-Files fan. Oh, so the sound effects were me teleporting. They kind of skipped on the effects for that one. Oh, the moon is just as white and shiny up close. Sniff, sniff. But not made of cheese. And no sign of Inspector Hildibrand either. So we've already arrived? The Empire's technology is more advanced than I feared. Over there, the aliens have built some kind of forward base on the lunar surface. We must sneak in and blow the lid on their invasion plans. They're not really aliens, though. Looks like Dorian has a lead. Come on, we should follow him. Oh no, this poor Watch is gonna have to deal with this guy. He does kind of look like it. Okay, I will admit, if I was seeing the Watcher for the first time, and I'd never seen Ancients before, he does kind of look like an alien. Or he is alien in the truest sense of the word. Aliens! Honest to God, aliens! I never expected them to be so tall or so small and bunny-like.
Welcome. If I had known I was receiving so many visitors, I would have sent for more tea.
That voice is speaking inside my head. I don't know the words, but their meaning is clear. Are they wielding psychic powers to try and brainwash me?
You all right there, friend? Need help with anything in particular?
And this one speaks our tongue fluently. Learned it from your Charlian collaborators, I'll wager. Don't think you'll fool me with your adorable bunny nose and silken ears. I'll print the truth before you arrive to beguile my fellow men. Let's calm things down here.
You're one of Urianger's friends, aren't you? I'm not sure who or what put such odd ideas into your companion's head, but would you mind setting him straight for me? The
Loprits are not alien invaders, though their adorableness does belie their capacity for shenanigans. The Loprits are allies of all mankind, misguided attempts to make us live off carrots alone notwithstanding. Let's say the shenanigans one. They got to you, didn't they? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I've heard the rumors about the disbanded Scions of the Seventh Dawn. The formerly secret society has in truth become all the more secret, that it may pull our leaders' strings from the shadows. You're so close and yet so far. Hold it right there, mister. I won't stand here and listen to you slander Gaddis or his lovely bunny any longer. You better not libel them neither. We actually came in search of Inspector Hildibrand, a dashing gentleman who we think was brought here by a shiny flying saucer. You wouldn't happen to have seen either one of them around here, would you?
I am afraid I have seen neither. Long was it my duty to keep watch, but as the need for constant vigilance has since ended, I have grown accustomed to idleness. It's rather refreshing, really. Anyway, perhaps the Loprits may have observed this man or his abductor?
I feel I would have remembered if I had. The others might have seen something, though. Why don't I take you over to Bestway's Burrow and you can ask them about it yourself?
That sounds like a wonderful idea. Please lead the way.
If nothing else, getting an eyeful of the facilities we built for the benefit of mankind should help reassure your suspicious friend here.
That's a nice theory that's a nice thought in theory, but it'll probably just make him panic more if I was to place my bets. Because, for example, the forest doesn't really look like a forest, so he might come to some bad conclusions. So many bunnies! If they can build a forward base on this scale, then what hope does mankind have against them?
Oh, for the love of carrots, this is not a military operation. Do you see any cannons or assault craft? We haven't any weaponry at all. Take your time and chat with whomever you like. As for me, I've got perfectly innocuous and not at all nefarious things to do. Bye now.
Right then, let's get on with the investigation. Oh, now they're both accompanying me? Alright.
Oh, I often stretch my legs out into their stars, but I can't say I've noticed anything out of the ordinary. Sorry.
Not to worry, we'll try our luck elsewhere. Thank you. Furry-faced liars, the lot of them. They're probably hiding an entire fleet of alien attack craft. Dude, you gotta relax.
Oh, ever since we built the Excitotron 6000, we get all kinds of people around here. Could you describe your missing friend in a bit more detail?
Well, he's very gentlemanly and dapper, if you look past the almost certainly tattered state of his clothing.
Though their fashion sense can be a bit eclectic, our visiting adventurers are always dressed impeccably. Not to be rude, but I have a feeling your friend would have stood out in that crowd.
He's probably strapped to a table somewhere, even as we speak, enduring unspeakable experiments. Ugh. From what I've placed together so far, the giant alien is the master, and all these smaller xeno-bunnies are artificial life forms created to serve as minions in his armies. Their harmless appearance is part of the strategy. As soon as you let your guard down, snap! They'll take you down like a pack of tiny herbivorous wolves. Dorian has some interesting theories, doesn't he? Being nibbled to death by a mob of cuddly bunnies doesn't sound like a bad way to go. Dude, you're so wound up. It's like crazy.
No gentleman in ragged clothes, I'm afraid, but I did spot an object in flight that I couldn't immediately identify. It was while I was out gathering materials in the south of Mare Lamentorum. I presumed it was just some sort of elegant relic or new species of floating jellyfish, and didn't think too much of it.
Core, now that sounds promising. Thank you for your time. Uh-oh. Don't fuck with that. What's this then? A pod for growing new xenobunnies? They must plan to produce them in the millions and overwhelm us with sheer fuzzy numbers. Ah, how could I have been so blind? Those aren't ears, they're psychic wave generators. They lure people close with their precious little faces and then bam, brainwashed. I figured it all out, alien scum, and once the world reads my special edition, your dreams of domination will be done for. Ha!
What a strange and oddly aggravating man. Is he a friend of yours too?
He thinks he's a friend to the people, but I don't think any people are his friends. Right, let's get out of here and find that flying object. Do you know which direction is south? Wait, I'm coming with you! Don't leave me alone with the brainwashing xenobunnies! Quite the gathering point here. Search for the flying object. Oh, okay, this is one of the first-person thingies. Usually these are pretty easy. Oh, there's a little cactuar. How far do I have to look out? Well, I mean, these are obviously not the ones we're looking for. Are we looking for somebody in the sky? Identified flying object. Well, I mean... Oh, there's... I can't move. He has to get into frame. I can't move any further. There. Oh. A familiar youth dangles beneath the alien craft. Best pretend you didn't see that. Oh, it's the little stalker guy. Wait, but that wasn't it? Am I looking for more than one? That is the alien craft. Did it make me click on the actual Lala? God damn it. That's so aggravating. Alien craft. Thank you. Ah, there it is! And there it goes. Come on, we can't let it get away. Oh, there he is. We did it, Gaddis. We found the inspector. Case closed. Horrendous. Only aliens could subject a man to such a callous and physically implausible fate. Oh, here we go. But why the clones? Are my eyes playing tricks on me, or do you see a whole field of planted Hildibrands? Are they all gonna start doing that? Well, what a delightful surprise to see you here, wherever here happens to be. My, what an impressive specimen of a gentleman you are, good sir. The same could be said of you, my good man. Oh my god. It's like a big Hildibrand wankfest. Is this an extemporaneous gentleman's club, if I may be so bold as to join you? Oh, good lord. Well, he certainly doesn't seem to be bothered by the fact that there's like several of him. What, are they all just gonna go play? What the fuck is this? What in the name of the occult is happening here? Where did they all come from? They're phantom Hildibrands created by a refraction of starlight through swamp gas? Well, that's a oddly specific technical explanation of that. Could be they're Hildibrand clones grown in an alien laboratory's flesh vats? That's disgusting. Let's go with the starlight. That sounds nicer. Imposters, you mean? Don't worry, I know just how to find the real inspector. Just explode them all? You only have 2 bombs, though. Cease and desist, Nashu. Use your powers of deduction, not destruction. Huh, they're all so authentic and synchronized. I honestly can't tell the difference. Oh, she's all disappointed by that? Well, look no further, for I am the one and only Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. The one and only, I believe that would be me, good sir. How odd. I think you will find that I am the original Hildibrand. Oh, I am more than certain that I am Hildibrand. As am I. Could it be that we're all Hildibrand? Oh, the world doesn't even need one Hildibrand, much less like 10. How positively marvelous. I propose we celebrate this auspicious moment as only a mob of Manderville men can. What manner of waking nightmares is this? Well, actually, for people that hate Hildibrand quests, this is probably a pretty big nightmare. Honestly. Then again, they probably would have just skipped all this. It's like a Pikmin antenna. Is he gonna enter via a UFO? Oh, or not. It's like reformed. Apologies for the confusion, my friends. I assure you that this time you stand in the presence of the inimitable Hildibrand Heliodor Maximilian Manderville. And this diminutive blue chap here is my new associate, Master PuPu. Well, hello, Mr. PuPu. Another alien species! I mean, this time, yeah, actually. Of course, you're building a clone army to invade our star, and what we stumbled upon was a field test. I do not believe that we've had the pleasure, my excitable fellow, but I promise you that the amicable Master PuPu has no desire to wage any clone wars. Then, what's this all about? Are you telling me you weren't abducted? A simple misunderstanding. Oh no, I'm gonna get an echo of this. Oh, what a charming little rascal you are. An offshoot of the Mandragora family, perchance? It's like a Pokemon. PuPu. I see. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Master PuPu. Might I inquire as to our current whereabouts? I had but recently reunited with Nashu and Gaddis and would greatly appreciate if you could convey me back to my prior location. They shrink to get inside. Splendid! Full speed ahead, my dear fellow. Steady on now. This is not what I had in mind. And is he getting probed? My word, you generated a veritable battalion of identical gentlemen. Yeah, that's kind of creepy. Surely the world could never safely contain so much pure Mandervillian magnificence. Could you perchance reverse the process? So the cure is just to bomb them all. They couldn't have just made a slightly higher res version of that bomb because it was so big. Oh god, these guys. I think he's a masochist. I mean, that might be obvious to some people, but it's like into the pain. Oh, okay. Well, so that wasn't that long ago that happened. Oh, wait, but one of them survived. We gotta find the extra. Oh, God, no, not like that. Mommy! Caddis is like, why did you make me see that? Thus, I have concluded that Master PuPu has no grasp of the common tongue, and his true intentions, while surely peaceable, remain woefully unclear. It was only through frenzied gestures that I managed to direct him back here and have him clean up our Manderville multiplicity incident.
PuPu, I hail PuPu from a star. PuPu, a great distance from here. PuPu, I came in search of a friend whose communications halted mid-exploration.
All this way to aid a comrade in distress, you say? The devotion, the determination, your touching story has sunk its hooks into my heart. Fear not, my blue-hued friend, for I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have attached myself to this case like a stubborn barnacle on a kraken's behind. That's quite the image there. I swear to you, here and now, I shall scour all of creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the missing comrade that you so desperately seek. Does he understand that? Or maybe I can tell him the same thing and he'll get it. I guess that's a happy dance of acknowledgement. Tell me, Gaddis, how is it you're able to understand Master PuPu's language? A gift? The echo, probably. The power of echoes. Ah, you mean persistent repetition. It sounds similar to the Manderville art of parley. You're saying you have an extrasensory ability that allows communication with aliens? How fascinating. Yes, most fascinating indeed. Pending mysteries aside, I am glad indeed once more to be in the company of my faithful assistant and stalwart contemporary both. What is this ominous thing in the shadows? The Imperfect Gentleman. Unfazed by events that would shatter the mind of a lesser man, Hildibrand stands ready to begin his next case. So begins the case of the silent correspondent. Not to rain on your parade, but my friend who was somewhere on your star stopped sending me messages is not a lot to go on. I've spent years investigating the existence of aliens, and recent experiences notwithstanding, they are not that easy to find. Then you don't know Inspector Hildibrand. He'll solve this case as he solved countless others, with unerring perception and panache. Well said, Nashu. I need but relinquish conscious thought to investigative instinct, and the clues will flow to me forthwith. Unless nothing's coming to you. Lose yourself in the deductive current, Inspector. You're channeling, aren't you? Contacting a higher power to breach the veil of mystery? Another fascinating development. I don't think that's what that is.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. I thought you'd like to know that I spotted that chap you were asking about. You know, the well-muscled gentleman with tattered clothing and dazzling teeth?
You mean this gentleman? We found him too.
Well, that can't be right. I just saw him in the north of Mare Lamentorum, and he ran the other way when I called him out. I don't understand how he could have arrived before me.
No, he's that extra guy that ran away. I have a feeling, Mr. Bunny, sir, that what you saw was an imposter. Gaddis, would you mind asking Mr. PuPu if he was growing any more inspectors on the moon?
PuPu, I only created a single batch, but one did manage to escape the vaporization beam. That individual's behavior was unpredictable. A flaw in the cloning process, I'm afraid.
Well, this won't do at all. We cannot have a flawed inspector running around besmirching the Manderville name. Master PuPu, I must ask that we hunt down and liquidate my other self as soon as possible. Might we delay the search for your comrade until the deed is done?
PuPu, the imperfect clone was of my making. It is only right that I redress my mistake first.
Wait, so he can talk to him there and understand him, right? So begins the case of the imposter inspector.
Oh, that does sound exciting. If you don't mind me coming along, I can show you the place where I saw the imposter inspector.
I espy with my little eye no dashingly defective gentleman.
He can't have made it that far on foot. Why don't we try searching the immediate area? Scan the horizon, that sort of thing?
Then I suggest we split up so we can cover more ground. Nashu, Gaddis, and I will investigate the northwest.
Right, I'll take these other two and head northeast.
Splitting the party again? And you're leaving me with the aliens?
Oh, relax, Bright Eyes. We'll have a nice chat, and I can disabuse you of all those strange conspiratorial notions. Oh, and we can get to know our new friend here.
Isn't this just what you wanted, Delian? Let's be on our way then. With Gaddis in the van, if you please. Okay. Hammer-struck thinker. Hammer? I think your papa's around here somewhere. Either that or your mom. A goldsmithing hammer is larger than the thinker's carcass. It appears to have been dealt a single, swift-killing blow. Oh, goldsmith. Okay, so it's definitely your dad. Core, the bugs grow up big here, don't they? This hammer surely cannot be. Nay, it does not bear thinking about. Come along, nothing to see. I sense a gentlemanly presence. He is close, very close. No clones in the northeastern quadrant that we could see. That's clever. Mr. PuPu can scout for us from the air. Aha! I found me! Why is he all the way up there? Unless he's lost. Or sad? Why? Why did I flee? He seems sad, downcast, very un-inspector-like. A flawed creation, to be sure. Such negative emotions would never mar the heart of a true Manderville man. Mm-hmm. You're too crazy for sadness. Oh, those eyes were his? Why is he on the moon, though? Uh-oh. Oh no. Say a prayer before he kills him. Praise Thal for his patience. 'Twould seem my beloved Hildy has been awoken from his natural... Or, 'twould seem my beloved Hildy has been awoken from his unnatural slumber. Oh, somehow he missed that. That's a first? Okay, so he unintentionally is a perfect dodger of his dad. Abandoning my gentleman comrades to save myself, my pride in worse tatters than my maltreated wardrobe. My fatherly love denied? Unthinkable. Unless that is not my son. Uh-oh. Here's part 2. Daddy Boogaloo. Get ready for a smackdown. Oh, well, yeah, he knew what's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Jesus. Oh, Argos is still there. What the fuck? Gonna shoot him off into space? Oh, his hair's real fucked up now. Another of me survived. I'll not turn tail and run this time. No, sir. Hildibrand to the rescue. Uh-oh. What is gonna happen here? Okay, well, it's just ×2. Round and round as fast as I can. I can't slow down now. I'm a Manderville man. Oh boy. Ephemeral twins, eh? I was gonna say, that looks like they're gonna hit those crystals. Are they crystals or are they asteroids? So which one's which is the oh, okay. Nice. How did that activate something? But how? What? I guess I shouldn't ask questions anymore. There's just no rhyme or reason to these stories. Okay. Oh, okay. Why did it end abruptly? And then what do they do once they're inside there? Now I know I'm dreaming. That can't possibly be real. It does feel like everybody's slightly on crack whenever there's a Hildibrand adventure.
That was a little something we were preparing to welcome the people of Aetheris. I almost forgot it was still there.
Uh-oh. How did his ship get all fucked up? Oh my god, what the hell is it popping out? I guess whatever it's collected up to this point? No, don't kill the fucking... Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna attack the ship. Well, maybe he can repair it. It's a whole lot of junk. Wait, what the fucking green chicken is here? Greg needs to pick up his chicken.
The barrage appears to have stopped, but just look at all this junk. Please be sure to pick up your litter before you leave. The moon belongs to everyone, you know.
This takes off. What is that? Is this the excuse for the Manderville weapon? Special ore? Oh ho! No, we didn't find that person's friend. Hildibrand, Heliodor, Maximilian Manderville, how glad I am to see you up and about. Your mother will be beside herself with joy. I only stand before you now thanks to Nashu, who stood ever vigilant at my bedside, and to Gaddis, who ferried my soul back from across the rift. Yeah, that was quite the experience. My son is indeed blessed with comrades of quality. You have my heartfelt gratitude. To you, Master PuPu, I extend my apologies. In my excitement, I fear I have broken your starship. If there is aught I can do to help effect repairs, you have only to ask.
PuPu, my vessel experienced a temporary malfunction, but there was no major structural damage.
It brings me relief and joy to hear it. Might I have a word, Gaddis? I had actually come to the moon in search of a certain rare ore, and by Thal's good graces, my quest has been successful. The ore, however, is but the first step of a longer saga. Meet me back at radz-at-han, and I will explain the role I wish you to play. The role of grinding infinitely for equipment or ingredients? Or light, or whatever the fuck. I wonder what it's going to be this time. Yes, I think it best we make the journey starwards. We'll not find Master PuPu's friend from up here unless someone packed an extremely efficacious spyglass. Anybody? No? And then home it is. Yeah, where's Urianger? He could probably help. I mean, he is an astrologian. For years I've chased after the supernatural and the inexplicable. But to encounter so much of it in such a short span of time, my mind still reels from the implications. Oh, he has a little demon brick earring. I didn't even notice that till now. Yet I must keep my gaze focused beyond the veil. A chance like this comes only once in a lifetime. Well, that's good. You've at least calmed down about it. You're not, like, so crazy with the conspiracy theories. Ah, how lovely to be back on the star of my birth. Father did not tarry to chat, but said something about returning here with a trusted employee. Well, we've no time for further familial pleasantries. Nashu and I must devote all our mental energies to the case of the silent correspondent. How about you get a new change of clothes while you're at it? My keen inspector sense impels me to begin our search in that direction. Hey, make haste, my companions, for justice waits for no man, not even one who is little and blue. Inspector, wait! Can't justice make an exception for me? That stalker was over in the corner. I just noticed him. His channeling appears to be remarkably effective. Fascinating, yes. Most fascinating indeed. Gaddis, forgive me, I seem to have been laboring under a misconception. After spending some time with the Xeno Bunnies, it has become clear to me that they have not the slightest intention of invading our star. They are no threat to us. Good. But he is! You know of whom I speak? That devious Master PuPu and his diabolical devices devised solely for world domination. I shall have to investigate him further to learn the intricacies of his plans, but I may require your aid, not to mention your interpretation. I'll even pay you a retainer fee, so please, when the time comes, join me on my quest for the truth. I mean, if I'm gonna get Gil out of it... Oh. Where was this other person? Agatus, my apologies for the wait. Shall we proceed to business then? Just completely ignore this dude off to the side. The task at hand concerns nothing less than a family legacy. The recreation of the historically significant and astronomically magnificent Manderville weapons. They were the designs of a distant ancestor, you see. While the originals have long since vanished, the manual containing the secrets of their construction survived, a precious heirloom passed down through the generations of Mandervilles. Why the sudden passion for weaponsmithing? Aren't your hammers built for hammering gold? Well, why the sudden passion? 'Tis true that, as a goldsmith, I've had little occasion for crafting implements of war. Why this project, and why now, you may very well ask. Then I shall very well tell you. The tale begins not so long ago. I was here in radz-at-han to discuss a deal with an up-and-coming merchant. The matter in question was an acquisition proposal. Alas, the talk soured, so I made preparations to depart. It was then that the sky burst into flame. You know all too well what horrors followed. I did my best to defend the citizenry from the beasts which spawned, yet I could not save them all. Save too few, in fact. The memory of it haunted me, day and night, and I found myself unable to work. But then I heard the news of how you and your companions had ventured forth to banish this evil at its source. You forged on in the face of deepest despair, and it gave me the courage to do the same. I mean, it's kind of crazy when you hear somebody like Godbert saying he had a hard time against blasphemies. Maybe that kind of better hits home how dangerous they were. It's hard to tell, like, when you're the Warrior of Light, you're kind of, like, atypically strong. But even Godbert, who just easily pwns people left and right, had a difficult time. That really says something. I took a good hard look in the looking glass and asked, what can Godbert Manderville do to safeguard the people of this star? Thus did I realize that I had both the knowledge and the skill to forge the greatest of weapons, that I might empower others to protect themselves and their fellow man. So I began going down the list, acquiring the necessary materials with a single-minded purpose. One of these was a goodly chunk of purest Mandervillian? Is it Mandervillian? A Mandervillian ore, a metal found exclusively in meteorites, and that only rarely. I searched high and low, scouring impact sites and consorting with kobolds, all to no avail. Then, when none was to be found in Hildibrands, I set my sights on the moon, where I had last obtained a sizable sample. Interesting how he still calls the Earth, or their Earth, Hildibrands and not Aetheris, like everybody else kind of has done at this point. Now I say at last, but the list of materials goes on. If I'm to collect the rest in a timely fashion, I must employ the help of a comrade of quality. When you can spare a moment from adventuring, or aiding my dear son in his inspecting, pray drop a word in the ear of my manservant here. I shall clear my schedule of trivial interruptions, and we can proceed with the recreation of Manderville weapon forthwith. Alright. Well, how bad is the first step? Meanwhile, elsewhere in radz-at-han, oh no, it's one of these, like, shadowy figures again? I thought we were done with this. Well, they sure are fast as hell. Is that a jail cell? Oh. Oh no. Well, that looks insane. Who the hell is this guy? Sound the alarm! A prisoner is escaping! I guess that's one way of saying it. Although I don't think it's choosing to escape, but I guess it wouldn't refuse. What was his name? Professor Lugaf? Luzaf? That same ending music again. Now they're frolicking on the moon! On solid ground or far out of this world. Beyond the truth lies the weird and absurd. Beloved son, he's second to none. Our agent of inquiry, Hildibrand Manderville. Definitely not an alien clone. All right.